Hello, welcome back to the channel. Okay, I'm glad you joined me. Today I'm going to answer a question people keep asking me. Are the Dublin bus tours worth the value? Are they worth, and are they worth doing? We're going to find out. I'm up here, hang on a sec. Up here at the top of Stephen's Green. So if you look, Grafton Street is straight ahead of us. Stephen's Green Shopping Centre, Stephen's Green Park itself. And here you have the hop on, hop off bus tours. Now, they all sort of cover the same sort of area, to be honest with you. They vary in prices. First one, the hop on, hop off Dublin is €32 for your tour. One behind is €34. Both do exactly the same tour. So let's find out and see. So this one, I don't know what to expect. It covers the whole of the city. So, okay, come with me, we'll find out. Okay, paid my ticket. I'm on the live commentary. There is a recorded commentary as well that's done in various languages, but at the moment this one is in English. As I said, lots of you have asked what the Dublin tours are like. Are they worth the money? Well, we'll find out. So I'm actually not going to talk through this. I'm going to let them do all entertain you for the rest of the time, and I'll just show you around the city. Okay, let's see what happens when we get to the end.
My name is Gareth, and we're trying to navigate our way around the lovely city of Dublin. We really are. What a day, guys. What a day. What a city. It really is stunning out today. We're turning into Dawson Street. We're going to head down to stop number 8 on the Do Dublin tour. Have a look on the left hand side here, guys. We have the Dawson Lounge pub. This is the smallest pub in Dublin. You'd only fit yourself and maybe 15 of your friends in there. If you're a leprechaun, maybe 150 of your friends. You never know. That's Lennon's Yard on the right hand side there, guys. You get a free glass of Guinness in there if you show your Do Dublin ticket. You should do. The most important building on Dawson Street is over here on the right hand side. This is the Mansion House of Dublin. This was built in the early 18th century by Joshua Dawson, and it was purchased by Dublin City Council, and it is now home to Dublin's Lord Mayor, guys. His name is Dahi de Rosta. What a name. That's a great Irish name, guys. It really is. Just don't ask me to spell it. I wouldn't have a clue. I have to be honest. Now, guys, we're going to turn into Mouldred Street. Please don't walk out in front of the bus. My bus is bigger than your bus. My God. Oh my God. Look at this. Evil Knievel. We have the Ivy restaurant over here on the left hand side, guys. If anyone wants to bring me on a date later on, I'm free around 6 o'clock. I'm not a cheap date, guys. I'm going to pick the Ivy restaurant. You may recognise the Ivy restaurant from the one over in London. Well, that's Dublin's answer to the Ivy. Now, the most important building, I suppose, on Mouldred Street is coming up here. Also on the left hand side we have the second oldest Grand Lodge in existence, guys. This is the Freemason Masonic Lodge. It's closed today on a Saturday, but there's two words I always use to describe the Freemason Masonic Lodge: mysterious and unique. The interior is a bit wild, guys. There's trapdoors and everything in there. It is definitely worth a private tour. You can do it, book that online. Leinster House straight ahead of us. This is home to the Irish government since 1922, guys. Dáil Éireann, the Seanad and Dáil Éireann in there, guys. This was actually designed by Richard Cassells back in 1745. It was originally built for the Duke of Leinster, James Fitzgerald, but when we got our independence, our Irish government took control. Don't forget the free admission Museum of Archaeology on the right hand side of Leinster House, and also free to go into the National Library of Ireland here on the right hand side, and you can actually trace your genealogy in the National Library of Ireland. I think some of you on the bus may also know you're a bit Irish. You never know. I done it in there, guys. I done my genealogy test in there, and we found out I was 99% a Viking. So there you go. Now have a look at the unusual stone carvings in the pillars here on the right hand side. You can see this is the old gentleman's club here in Kildare Street. Have a look at the base of the pillars on the right hand side. You have hounds chasing hares and you have monkeys playing billiards there, guys. They're just to probably depict what went on in the old Kildare Street gentleman's club. Now, very quiet in Dublin today. Look at this. A lot of people in Dublin head off to the seaside when the days are like this, guys. We're going to head to stop number 8, and it is for Pearse Station. I'll show it to you now in a moment, guys, and that's where you can catch the train to some of our beautiful seaside towns. The building on the left hand side here, it says Finn's Hotel, guys. Do you see this one on the left? Well, this is no longer a working hotel, but this is where James Joyce met his future wife, Miss Nora Barnacle was her name. And he actually based his novel Ulysses around the first ever date he had with Nora Barnacle on the 16th of June 1904, guys. And we celebrate that date every year, the 16th of June, and we call it Bloomsday here in Dublin. There's a couple of people enjoying an old beer outside Kennedy's pub. If you show your Do Dublin ticket in Kennedy's, they'll give you a free glass of beer in there, guys. Don't forget. Up to Kennedy's and they look out in there. Number 21 Westland Row is the birthplace of Oscar Wilde, guys, and here is his former home on the left hand side. You can see the little plaque there dedicated to Oscar Wilde. I'm nearly sure it says the 16th of October 1854. That's where he was born, guys. One of the most quoted writers in the world. Couple of more, I said a few of these quotes earlier on. A couple more of these quotes, he said, always be yourself because everybody else is taken. And one of my favourite quotes would be, everything in moderation, including moderation. You could live life by that quote alone, you really could. This is stop number 8 on the Do Dublin tour, guys. And I did mention Pearse Station, located across on the right hand side. You can catch a train from Pearse Station, bring out to one of our lovely seaside towns, the likes of Hope is a lovely place, Pigeon Village out there. We also have the likes of Bray. Bray is a Victorian style seaside town, and we also have Dunleary. Now Dunleary was once known as Kingstown. That's where King George IV came in 1821, guys. Now, where are we going to now? We're on our way into the real centre of Dublin. That's where we're going to. We're heading to stop number 9. And then we're going to 10. Because 10 comes after 9, as far as I remember. But stop 10 is very central, guys. I'm going to show you a lot of places of interest around stop number 10. But we're actually on Pearse Street now. And Pearse Street is the longest street in Dublin. It was originally known as Great Brunswick Street, but it was renamed in honour of 2 of the leaders of the 1916 rebellion. Padraig Pearse, I did say, he was the man read out the document called the Proclamation of Independence outside the General Post Office, declaring Ireland free from the British Empire way back in 1916. But his brother Liam Pearse was also considered to be one of the leaders of the 1916 rebellion, and their father James was a great stonemason and sculptor. And if you have a look over on the right hand side, number 27, Pearse and Sons, you can see the lovely plaque dedicated to Liam and Padraig Pearse. There we go, guys. Now, what's this fella doing? Is he going or is he staying? He's gone. Good man. Now guys, we're coming up to stop number 9, and it is for Pearse Street, as I said. And don't forget the Trinity City Hotel. Some of you may be staying there, I don't know. Over on the right hand side. Stop number 9, guys. guys, you're more than welcome. Take your time going up the stairs. And we're going to head off to stop number 10. My name is Garrett, and we're navigating our way around Dublin on this magnificent day, I have to say. I'm enjoying myself. It's great to come to work and actually enjoy yourself, isn't it, guys? It really is. How are we all getting on? Are we enjoying Dublin, guys? Are we enjoying the tour around the city? Has everybody got their sun cream on upstairs?
Yes.
Yeah, better. Now the building over here on the right hand side is the former headquarters of the Metropolitan Police. This building was built in 1915 and it's now home to our police force. And we changed the name of our police force when we got our independence, guys, and we call them nowadays An Garda Síochána. It's an Irish phrase and it simply means the guardians of the peace. Simple as that, guys. I'm going to quiz you all when you're getting off this bus later on, all these Irish sayings and dates and times and history and buildings, so you better have your notepads out, guys. Now we are still passing by Trinity College on the left, Ireland's oldest university, 1592, founded by Queen Elizabeth I. But I want to tell you about this building on the right hand side. This is the former Irish Houses of Parliament. Now these were vacated by the Irish politicians in 1801 due to an act of union uniting the Irish politicians with the politicians over in Westminster. Basically they went home, and this building was bought by our national bank, the Bank of Ireland, for £40,000 in 1803. And there's one distinctive feature about that building. What do you notice there on the right hand side, guys? There's no windows. Have a look. And we have a saying in Dublin that if you keep your money in that bank, it will never see the light of day. Now don't forget, stop number 10, guys. Just past the lights on the left hand side, we have the Irish Whiskey Museum. We also have Trinity College just behind us. We have Grafton Street just on the left as well. And this stop is also for the most famous statue here in Dublin of Molly Malone, guys. At the next little set of traffic lights, you turn left and Molly Malone is waiting for you up outside St. Andrew's Church. Stop number 10 on the maps, guys. You're more than welcome on the tour. Here's a couple of runners. We'll wait for them here, guys. Here we are. I can see them in the mirror. How are you doing? I've seen you running there. It's like the Olympic Games in Dublin today. That one. Guys, I think we can go. It's safe to go. Let's get out of here. Now I did mention Molly Malone. Well, her lovely statue is at the lights there. You just turn left. Does anyone know the Molly Malone song, guys? Dead silence on the bus. Oh my god. Well, we'll sing the Molly Malone song, will we, guys? What do you think? In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, I first set my eyes on sweet Molly Malone. There she is upside the church outside on the left, as she wheeled her wheelbarrow through the streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She was a fishmonger, and it was no wonder that so was her father and mother before, and they both wheeled their barrows through the streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She died of a fever, and no one could save her, and that was the end of sweet Molly Malone. Now her ghost wheels her barrow through the streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. There we go, guys. Woo! That's a great Molly Malone song. Thanks a lot. I'm here all day, guys. I'm here all day. Yeah, we're just going up to stop number 11, and any one of these side streets here, these cobbled streets on the right hand side, will bring you into Dublin's most famous area, which is Temple Bar. Someone won a prize. Temple Bar is located in on the right hand side here, guys. Now there's something for everybody in Temple Bar. Some lovely pubs, obviously, restaurants, even art galleries down there, guys. So I have to recommend having a visit to Temple Bar when you're in Dublin. Now at the night time it can get quite expensive, I have to be honest. In Temple Bar, you don't see too many Dublin natives down there. But I do think if you're on your holidays, who cares about the money, guys? You just go down to Temple Bar and have a good time. That's all I'd be worried about anyway. Stop number 11, here we are on the maps. Famous Temple Bar area. Stop number 11. Okay, take your time going up the stairs. We have a group from Yorkshire over in England. Not enjoying that. I think they're after having a few drinks already. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, we're going to get out of here, guys. If you can't get a drink in Temple Bar, I think you're lost, to be honest with you. But there you are. We're going to head up to stop number 12.
So you want to get off the Dublin?
And one of the side entrances to Dublin Castle is just here on the left hand side. That's actually the shortest street in Dublin. It's called Palace Street. And that brings you into Dublin Castle. Now Dublin Castle doesn't really resemble a castle much anymore. It was once a medieval fortress built in the early 13th century by King John of England. It did burn down in the 17th century, and it was redesigned to a type of Georgian style by Sir William Robinson. There is only one round tower, as I said, but you can walk around the grounds of Dublin Castle for free, and you can also do a private tour if you have a look online, guys. Book your tour for the castle. And don't forget to go and try and check out the Chester Beatty Library on the grounds of the castle, guys. It's a free entry library / museum, and it houses a great collection of Asian artwork brought back from over the Middle East and Asia there, guys, by Chester Beatty himself. So free entry into there, guys. Now if you have a look just past City Hall here, that's also there on the left hand side, and there's the main entrance to Dublin Castle. You can see the Lady of Justice there with her back to us. That's how you get into Dublin Castle, just there on the left hand side. Stop number 12 on the maps, guys. Here we are. Famous Dublin Castle. Now there's a group from Mississippi. Yes, you don't know who you're going to see on the New Dublin tour, guys. You're more than welcome. Did you enjoy Dublin Castle, guys? You had a little look around the castle. Good stuff. Mississippi. Now, I always like to point out the Bittersweet Cafe here on the left-hand side. If anyone fancies a bit of lunch there, guys, we always look after the Bittersweet Cafe. Now, we're coming up to stop 14 in a moment, and that is for Christchurch Cathedral, which you can see straight ahead of us here. We're going to get a great view of it coming up on the right-hand side. If this horse ever moves out of the way, mother of God. Oh my God. I don't know, I'm not going to go by him, I don't know. I'm not getting myself into trouble here, I really am. Now this is Christchurch Cathedral, guys. Or I'm going to go for it, I don't know. Oh my God, there could be carnage here. Oh, please. There's Christchurch there, guys. Oh, what a lovely view of it on the right hand side. There's the bells, we just timed that well, guys. We also have Dublinia located on the right hand side. And that's home to a great exhibition of how, tell you how the Vikings came and formed the city of Dublin. They sailed up the River Liffey in their longboats, they say in the year 841, and they formed the city of Dublin. Here's another happy people now, and they're coming on with us. This is stop number 13, guys. You all look so sad. What's wrong with, oh, because you're on the red bus, you're all so sad. Oh my God. Why did you not go green for Ireland, guys? Green. What colour is Ireland? Green. No, I don't. No, it's not. No, you're in the red bus. Oh my God. How can you make such a poor decision, guys? Look how happy they look. Oh my God. Ah, there we go. Now, let's get going, guys. We're going to head down to another one of our beautiful cathedrals. This is the National Cathedral, or the Church of Ireland religion, guys. Both of these cathedrals are anglicised after the Reformation. There hasn't been they were once Roman Catholic. There hasn't been a Catholic service in either of these cathedrals over 500 years, would it be? So, as I said, the Church of Ireland religion. Now, this cathedral was built by the Archbishop John Comyn outside of the old Dublin city walls. We're after leaving the imaginary city walls there that were knocked down years ago anyway, but we're coming into the Liberties area of Dublin and St Patrick's Cathedral. This is one of the most beautiful cathedrals you're ever likely to find in Britain and Ireland. The interior is absolutely stunning inside, it really is. Now in the year, they reckon 453, way back in the 5th century, our patron St Patrick came here to this park, guys, and he baptised the pagan people to the faith of Christianity from a holy well located inside that park. Isn't that amazing, isn't it, guys? All the way back to the 5th century. Now we all know we celebrate St Patrick's Day on the 17th of March. Everything turns green. Did we all have a good St Patrick's Day, guys?
Yeah. Yep.
Can anyone remember St Patrick's Day? Did anyone drink too much on St Patrick's Day? No? I don't. I think that's a lie. That has to be a lie. My God. Now, guys, that's the main entrance to St Patrick's on the left-hand side. There might be a wedding taking place in there. There's a lovely horse and cart there with some of the bowls. Somebody might be getting married in there. We don't know what's going on. Now that statue you see on the left hand side, that's of Benjamin Lee Guinness. He's credited with restoring St Patrick's Cathedral back to its former glory, guys. Stop number 14 on the map. Here we are. Now guys, you're more than welcome on the New Dublin tour. You just boarded the bus at stop number 14. My name is Garrett and we're getting around Dublin. Lovely on this lovely sunny day. What a day, what a city. Amazing. Now guys, I want to point out this lovely little graveyard here on the left hand side. A very important person is buried in there, guys. The inventor of the crossword puzzle is buried in there. He's 4 down, 3 across. Who's awake today, guys? Come on. Oh my God. Oh, there's the oldest library is here on the left hand side. That's Marshall's Library. Dates back to 1701. They only charge you €5 in there for the upkeep of the library. It's kept in its original form. There's little reading cages in there. Fascinating little place in Dublin. Now this is always a tricky junction, guys. I'm gonna have to concentrate here, or else I'll just close my eyes and just go for it. I don't know what to do. We'll see now. Ah!
I wonder if it's the same girl we had last time. His humor sounds like similar.
Oh my God, more cars. What are we gonna do?
Pull out, we'll stop.
Pull out, London.
Now I have some good news anyway, guys. This is going to cheer you all up for all you holiday makers, guys. The next 3 stops on the Dublin tour is all alcohol, guys. Yes, it is. The next stop is Teeling's Whiskey Distillery, guys. That's coming up at stop 15. Then we have the famous Guinness Brewery and Storehouse, stop 16. And if you're still able to stand upright after visiting those 2 attractions, guys, we have 2 more whiskey distilleries at stop 17, guys. Have a look in the building here on the right hand side, in behind the railings. This is the Deanery of St. Patrick's. Now the most famous Dean of St. Patrick's, does anyone know who it could be, guys? Mr. Jonathan Swift. How did you know that?
Oh, I guess it would be something.
You just came from there, so you found out inside. Good answer, I like it, yeah. Well, Jonathan Swift was the great Dean for over 30 years till he died in 1745. And we all know Jonathan Swift wrote a great novel, Gulliver's Travels. Who started the movie? Jack Black. Do you remember the old movie? It was, I would say that's about 20 years old now, the movie Gulliver's Travel with Jack Black. One story I like to tell about Jonathan Swift is he didn't like alcohol, guys, and he didn't like people drinking alcohol. But the ironic thing was, where he lived there in the Deanery, this intersection had a public house on each of its 4 corners back in the day, guys. And he christened this intersection the 4 Corners of Hell. There you go, he didn't like this area so much. We also have Francis Street here on the right hand side. This is a great street for anyone into the antiques and art, guys. Some lovely antique and art shops up in Francis Street on the right hand side there. Now we're heading to Teeling's. Anybody going to see Teeling's? Anyone going to Guinness's? Yeah, okay, we have a group here. Anyone upstairs going to Guinness's, guys?
Me.
Yeah, okay, there's somebody raising that bag up. I don't know what's going on up there. But Guinness's, I always recommend having your tickets pre-booked. Do you have your tickets, guys? Okay, well, good to go. So, because they're quite busy in Dublin at the weekends especially. So, I always recommend having your tickets pre-booked for some of these major attractions in the city. But we're coming up to Teeling's anyway. If you want to go and see a working whiskey distillery here in Dublin, Teeling's is a great choice, guys. It really is. They charge you, I think it's €18 in. They give you the whole tour of the distillery. It opened in 2015, so it's quite the modern distillery. And they'll also tell you about this area, guys. This area was once known as the Golden Triangle. There was upwards of 70 to 80 whiskey distilleries in this area alone, guys, would you believe? And due to the likes of prohibition in the States and the trade wars with Britain, eventually all the distilleries closed down, and Teeling's is credited with being the sort of giving back the renaissance in whiskey distilling in this area. And it's the first distillery to open in this area in over 125 years, would you believe? And if you look straight ahead now, on the left hand side, you can see the phoenix rising from the ashes there, guys, to signify that they're back in business. This is stop number 15 on the map. Hello. Have you been in Keelings? No? Just on a ramble? Good stuff. Come on and join the tour. How are you doing? Where are you guys from?
Yeah.
Holland, okay. This one is in live English, okay? No problem. Now say hello to our people from Holland, from the Netherlands. How you doing? Right guys, let's get out of here. We're going to Guinness's. Will we sing a little song on the way to Guinness's? What do you think?
Yeah, go on.
Anyone want to sing a song?
Go on.
I'll try and sing this one for you guys. This goes on for quite a while, but it'll get us to Guinness's. Let's see if I can remember the words. This song is called The Streets of New York, and it's about an old a boy who was trying to make his way in the world and ends up being a police officer over in Brooklyn in America. I'll try this one for you guys. See how we get on. We'll be at Guinness's in maybe 5 or 6 minutes home. I was 18 years old when I went down to Dublin with a fistful of money and a cartload of dreams. Take your time, said my father, stop rushing like hell. Remember, all is not what it seems to be. For those fellas will hurt you for the coat on your back or the watch that you got from your mother. So think about an old farm boy who made his way over in New York. I think a lot of people did back in the day, guys. Now we're going to head to the famous Guinness Storehouse, guys. I'll get you there now in a couple of minutes. We're just on track here. A little bit of history about Guinness's, guys. It was founded by the great man Arthur Guinness himself. Now he always had he sort of learned the craft of brewing from his father, and it wasn't until his godfather, Mr. Arthur Price, he was the Archbishop of Cashel, guys, and he left Arthur £100 when he died. Now £100 back in the day was roughly 4 years' wages, they reckon, so it was quite a lot of money. He had enough money to come to the big smoke up to Dublin, and he took out a 9,000-year lease on this building we're about to see, guys. Now we are only about 250 years into the Guinness brand, so there's many more pints of Guinness left to brew, thank God. But so that's a little bit of history. Now just as I turn left here, guys, for those sitting upstairs especially, have a look straight ahead of you now. Look at the glass dome building up high there, guys. Well, that's called the Gravity Bar, and that's the last and the final stop on the Guinness tour. Now the tour itself, it's a self-guided tour, guys. There's roughly 7 or 8 floors. It's all escalated, so they don't rush it along, by the way. Once you pay your entrance fee or buy your ticket online, you can take as long as you wish in there, guys. I was there a couple of weeks ago. I spent 4.5 hours in the Guinness brewery, guys. I can't remember the thing after leaving it, to be honest with you. I had a few points in there, I have to be honest. But I had a great day out. So as I said, you can take your own time and do it at your own pace. And the highlight for me has to be when you find your way up to the Gravity Bar, guys, and you get a free pint of Guinness. If you're lucky enough, tell them Garrett off the New Dublin tour sent you, and he might look at you for another pint, you never know. And you have some, especially on a day like today, some amazing views of Dublin City. You really do, guys. Now let's go, get out of here. You could be run over by your horse. You never know.
I really think he's the same.
Oh, this is lovely. Now we can't do it.
It smells amazing.
Now guys, I describe this place as Dublin's answer to the Willy Wonka chocolate factory, guys. It really is. The only thing they don't have is an everlasting pint of Guinness. Now, this is stop number 16, guys. Here we are, the famous Guinness Storehouse.
Emily and Brad.
Now, always
Okay, I don't know whether you heard that, but yeah, always make sure that you book Guinnesses ahead of time because it's completely sold out today.
Throughout Europe, so I'll shut up for a couple of minutes, just have a little look around here. You may get the smell of the hops in the east and the barley around this area. Now guys, just as we're coming down Crane Lane, if you have your cameras ready there, you want to take a photo of the famous Guinness gate. That's coming up here on the left hand side, guys. Now this gate is recognisable from the TV advertisements probably around Christmas time, and even some of the postcards that you'll see around the shops in the city centre, guys. That's the famous Guinness gate. Now even if you didn't go to see Guinnesses, you could always show people at home that photograph of the gate and just tell them all lies, tell them I had an amazing day out at Guinness's, and just say you got drunk and everything. Who cares? Just tell them if you're white guys. Nobody cares. Now, let's try and get out of this junction. This is always a bit dodgy here as well. Now keep your cameras ready, because on the left hand side I'm going to show you the former family home of Arthur and Olivia Guinness, guys. That's just here on the left hand side. You see the red brick building? You can see the plaque dedicated to Arthur Guinness there, the master brewer himself, just on the left hand side there, guys. Well, Arthur Guinness and his wife Olivia, when you hear this, they actually had 21 children, guys. 21 children. He was quite the busy fella, was Arthur Guinness. He certainly was. Now, the original main entrance to Guinness's is here, also on the left-hand side. You have 1759. You have the keystone of the Roman goddess Ceres, and then you also have today's year brings us up to 2024, guys. Now, stop number 17. Here we are. For two whiskey distilleries. First one up is over on the right hand side. That's the Rowan Co whiskey distillery, housed in the former power station of Guinness's, guys. And this stop is also for Pierce Lyons whiskey distillery, which we're going to pass by in a couple of moments. Stop 17. Now we always like to point out this unusual entrance to Guinness's here. Have a look left there, up high on the left hand side, guys. God knows how they got their kegs of Guinness up that high, but they certainly did somehow. Where Guinness is concerned, there's always a way, guys. Always a way. Now for those upstairs, guys, straight ahead on the right hand side you see the lovely steeple to the former St James's Street Church. Well, this church is now home to the Pierce Lyons Whiskey Distillery. It's actually housed inside the church, guys. It cost upwards of €30 million to develop this church into a working whiskey distillery. It's open for tours as we speak. Here's the church there, guys. We have a saying here in Dublin that if you drink the Pierce Lyons whiskey, it's like drinking holy water. Now we're on our way to stop number 18. I'll tell you about that in a moment. Just at these traffic lights here on the right hand side, you can see the gates closed there, guys. Well, these are the gates of St Patrick's Hospital for the mentally ill, and this is where they actually recruit the new Dublin drivers. That's where I came from, guys. But that hospital came about from the generosity of Jonathan Swift. In 1745, when he died, he left £11,000, guys, to build this hospital, and he left a little note which will describe why. The note read, he left what little wealth he had to build a house for fools and mad, and showed with one satiric touch how no nation needed it so much. Isn't that great, guys? Great song. It's a pity he didn't like alcohol, because he would have been some buzz at parties, I have to say. He really would. Now, stop 18, we have another one of our free admission museums. IMA, we call it here in Dublin. The Irish Museum of Modern Art is coming up. If you're into your modern art, this is the museum for you. And also at this stop is Kilmainham Jail, guys. One of the most visited attractions in Dublin. I don't want to send you there unless you have your tickets booked in advance, guys, because it's roughly a 10-minute walk from bus stop, so keep that in mind. And to access the two of those attractions, have a look on the left hand side now. We have the former Royal Hospital Kilmainham. IMA is just in the gates there, and Kilmainham Jail is about a 10-minute walk from the gates. So this is stop number 18 already. Wow, we're flying around. Stop number 18 on the map. Here we are. Now let's go. I think we see another song. This song is about Joseph Plunkett. You may know this song called Great. Rod Stewart loves singing this song. I probably won't do it any justice, but it's about Joseph Plunkett. He married his woman, the love of his life, Grace Skipper, just before he was executed up in Kilmainham Jail, guys. And it goes a bit like this. As we gather in the chapel here in old Kilmainham Jail, I think about these past few weeks. Grace, famous Irish song here, and pretty sad song as well. Thanks a lot. This is stop number 19 on the tour, guys. This is for Euston Station. Now you can catch a train from Euston, bring you down the south and over to the west of Ireland, guys. You can down and kiss the Blarney Stone down in County Cork, or drive the Ring of Kerry down in Killarney, guys, or even get over to the Cliffs of Moher over in County Clare. You can catch one of the trains from Euston to bring you to one of those places, guys. You can also catch the Dublin Express bus here, brings you to the airport just around the corner here on the left hand side, if anyone's staying around this area. Now the building you see over on the right hand side, I describe it as a French chateau type building, guys. Well, that was the first public hospital to open here in Dublin in 1733. It's no longer a hospital, guys. It's called Dr. Stevens Hospital, and it is now the headquarters for our health service here in Ireland, guys, the HSE. There's that bus I was telling you about there going to the airport, the Dublin Express. I think it goes 24 hours a day now, guys. Beautiful song there. Nation One. Okay, guys, we're going to head to stop number 20 if you're following the map there, guys. What I describe as the Jewel of Dublin, the fabulous Phoenix Park. That's coming up at stop number 20 in a few moments, guys. But we're going to cross back over to the north side of the city. I'm going to tell you that's the best side of Dublin. I was born over on the north side and I still live over there, guys. And we're leaving the south side, and we're going to cross back over the River Liffey. As you know, that's the main river that runs through Dublin city centre, separates Dublin in half. We are coming back over, as I said, to the north side of Dublin. I'll tell you more about the Phoenix Park now in just a second. And side, it has 1821 on it. And that was erected in 1828 to commemorate the visit of King George IV when he came here to quite the Hullabaloo in 1821, guys. Now, he was one of the first monarchs to come to Dublin in, I think it was over 60 years at least anyway, so he made quite the fuss of George IV. And it said that he was very fond of his whiskey and his women was the king. And before he came to Dublin, he actually had a mistress here in County Meath. Her name was Lady Cunningham of Slane Castle. And before he came to Dublin, he commissioned the roads to be straight so we could get to see his mistress that little bit quicker. There we go. That's a little story, guys. I don't know how true it is, but I would well believe it, I have to say. It's great to have money and power, isn't it? It really is. I'll tell you about these pubs as we come back down Parkgate Street when we leave the Phoenix Park, guys. But I want to tell you about this lovely modern looking building on the right hand side. These are the Criminal Courts of Justice. These are the National Courts of Ireland, not only Dublin. That building was built in 2010 at a cost of over €140 million, and it's now home to our main court services in the city. Personal story of mine, I actually served jury duty down there last year, guys. Quite the experience, something I wouldn't like to do every so often, I have to be honest. But now we're now coming into the largest enclosed park in Europe, guys. This is the fabulous, as I did say, the jewel of Dublin, the fabulous Phoenix Park, guys. Now what a day to be in the Phoenix Park, I have to say. This park has 1,752 acres in this park, guys. It's twice the size of Central Park over in New York, and it's 5 times larger than Hyde Park in London. And just as you come through the trees here on the left hand side, have a look at the beautiful Wellington Monument, guys, on the left hand side. That was erected in 1817. It wasn't completed until 1861, and it was erected for the Iron Duke himself, Mr. Arthur Wellesley, when he defeated Napoleon at the Battle of Waterloo. If anybody was on the tour earlier, I did point out to you where Arthur Wellesley, the Iron Duke, was actually born up beside the Merrion Hotel up on Merrion Street, guys. Not everybody realised that the Iron Duke was born here in Dublin. Now we're going to come around this roundabout and we're going to head back down to Parkgate Street, guys. Now if anybody wants to go to Dublin Zoo, or know where it is, guys, just as I come around the roundabout, if you look left there, guys, you may be able to see the green railings up there. It's about 100 yards up on the right hand side, and that building brings you to one of the oldest zoos in Europe, dating back to 1831 when it opened its doors, guys. Another great view of the Wellington Monument. The friezes at the base of the monument is actually from some of the melted down cannons of the various battles that the Duke of Wellington actually had, guys. This is stop number 20 on the New Dublin tour. What a day for the Phoenix Park. Now we're all staying on. It must be me singing keeping us all on the bus. That's amazing. Oh, the irony in it. Have a look in the park here on the left hand side, guys. This is probably the most prettiest area of the Phoenix Park. This is called the Flower Gardens, in on the left. You see the lovely hedge there, Phoenix Park 2024. And in the distance there we have the former Royal Infirmary, designed by James Gandon. It's now home to the Department of Defence here in Ireland. Now I'm always well impressed with this little bike hire shop we have on the right hand side, guys. They're doing great business these days. People go in there, rent their bikes out and spend the day in the Phoenix Park. Probably take you about 2 hours, I'd say, to cycle around the whole park. But they're doing good stuff. Fair play. A little bit of history while we're stuck at the lights about the Phoenix Park. It opened in the 1660s by the Duke of Ormond. James Butler was his name. He had quite the effect could see a sort of future for Dublin, and he started to build these wonderful places, including the Royal Hospital Kilmainham that we passed by a few moments ago. But 1660, it was roughly 100 years as a royal hunting ground. It was a private park, guys, and it wasn't until 1757 that it was open for the people of Dublin to enjoy. Thankfully, it's open for us Dubliners to enjoy, and everybody else ever since, guys. There's often been concerts held up here, the likes of U2, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Ed Sheeran, Kanye West, all performed up in the Phoenix Park. And in 1979, Pope John Paul II actually visited, and he held a mass in the Phoenix Park, guys, to a third of the population of Ireland. There was over 1.5 or 1.25 million people attended the mass here in the Phoenix Park, guys. And my mother couldn't actually attend that mass because I was born 5 days after the mass, guys. So I didn't get to see Pope John Paul II either, but there you go. And the park itself, it's home to a couple of famous residents. The President of Ireland is actually resides in the Phoenix Park, guys, up in Oris on Uachtaráin. That's another Irish phrase, simply means residence of the President. And also up there we have the American Ambassador. I think her name is Claire Cronin, and she has a place up there called the Deerfield Residence, and that's the American Ambassador's residence. There we go. Phoenix Park. Now we always like to point out the criminal court of justice. You see the writing on the wall, guys, on the left hand side. Well, all of our government buildings still use not only the English but our native language of Gaelic for the descriptions of the buildings, guys. We mainly use the Irish language down the south and over in the west of the country these days. And to the left of the description, guys, you see the harp, and the harp is actually the national emblem of Ireland, in case you didn't know. And I believe we're the only country in the world to have a musical instrument as its national emblem. There's a bit of here's one for the chase, guys. Anyone watches the chase, that question might come up one day, you never know. Two beautiful pubs here on Parkgate Street. We have Nancy Hans, and we have number 28 Willie Ryan's, guys. Two lovely Victorian style pubs. And anyone wants a bit of a steak dinner later on, FX Buckley's, the second floor on Willie Ryan's pub there, guys. An amazing steakhouse if you fancy a bit of steak later on. This is stop number 21. We're flying around today. 21, guys, on the mass. Now just when we come through the traffic lights here, guys, you're going to get a great view of the real working Guinness brewery. 24/7 capacity to brew up to 4 million pints of Guinness every single day, guys. It really is. And it's not even the largest brewery Guinness have in the world. Does anyone know where that one is, guys? It's actually in Nigeria. It's the largest Guinness brewery. This is, well, we are the home of Guinness. Now I want to show you this statue in the park here on the left hand side. This statue is called Anna Livia, and she was once the most famous statue up in O'Connell Street. You can just see her now coming into view on the left hand side. She made way for the Millennium Spire in 2003, and they moved her down here, guys. There she is on the left, and we call her these days the floozy in the jacuzzi. Oh, I love it, I really do. Now another one of our free admission museums is over here on the left hand side, guys, in behind the Croppy Acre Park, housed in the former Royal Barracks, guys. Dates back to 1704. This is now the Collins Barracks Museum, and it is home to the Museum of Decorative Arts and Military History. And if military history or things like that is your thing, guys, this is the museum for you at stop number 22. How do you do? This museum is for you. 22. Here we are. I don't know if you all have the concept of this hop on, hop off experience, guys. My God, what is going on here? It must be me singing. I'm putting it down to that. It really was me. Well, here we go. We're all enjoying ourselves. Keep that suntan on, guys. Keep that sun cream on. Don't put your heads up there. Now, just we come through the lights here, guys. But I'm just going to break the red light. Who cares? Who cares? But there's a great view of the gravity bar over on the right hand side. Have a look over there, guys. The famous gravity bar. Now I was stuck here, guys. This bridge over on the right hand side, this is called the James Joyce Bridge. It was designed by Santiago Calatrava, Spanish architect, guys. And it was opened in 2003, and a nice touch. It was opened on Bloomsday on the 16th of June. And when we pass by the bridge, just have a look at the clever architectural design. He designed it in the shape of an open book. I thought that was very clever now, I have to say. See there, guys, now. Santiago Calatrava. Now we're on our way. We're not finished with alcohol yet, guys. Stop number 23 is for one of the best whiskey tours you could do to the famous Jameson Whiskey Distillery, guys. Founded by John Jameson back in the year 1780, gone on to be one of the most recognisable brands of whiskey in the world. And to access the distillery, if you have a look through the gap in the offices here on the left hand side, guys, you're going to see the giant chimney in the distance. That's actually an observation deck nowadays, guys. And if you want to go to the Jamesons, just turn right at that chimney there, guys, and it brings you to the very heart of the Jameson Whiskey Distillery. Stop number 23 on the map. Nobody's gone. Nobody wants to do anything. They just want to float around on the bus all day, popping up that suntan. Some of you may be swigging out of cans of Guinness up there. I don't know. I'm not going to tell anybody. I don't know what must be going on the upper saloon of this bus. All sorts of shenanigans.
Okay. that answers the question. Can you drink on the bus? God. As he said, you can as long as no one sees you.
Now Dublin's oldest pub, I keep talking, this is like the alcohol tour of Dublin, I swear to God it is, guys. But what can you do? We have this love-hate relationship with alcohol. We love it and it hates us, that's what they say anyway, guys. But Dublin's oldest pub is located across the bridge here on the right hand side, and you see the Irish flag flowing lovely in the distance, guys, but you may be able to see it when I come past the traffic lights. But it's outside the Brazen Head, and it's considered to be an old Viking inn, guys. Dates back to the late 12th century. I think they put a year on it, the 1198, the Brazen Head pub. So they still serve lovely food and drink over in the Brazen Head. And don't forget O'Shea's Merchant across the road from it, guys. Another famous Dublin pub. Down to where it all began, guys. We're going to head around to stop number 1, and the next tour will be leaving at 2 p.m. and unfortunately it won't be me this time, guys. One of my colleagues will take over and you'll have a bit of crack with one of my colleagues, guys. But if you're looking straight ahead and wondering what that tall building is, that's considered to be Dublin's first ever skyscraper, would you believe? Now it doesn't have a patch on anything over in the States, I suppose. But 17 stories in Liberty Hall it's called. And nowadays that's home to one of our main trade unions here in Dublin called SIBTU. Now if you continue walking down the banks of the River Liffey, it will bring you to one of our most modern areas of the city, guys. Most of the buildings down there have recently been erected. We have the likes of the Convention Centre. The Central Bank of Ireland is actually housed down there now, guys. And if anybody is trying to catch a gig in the Tree Arena, you head all the way down along the banks of the River Liffey there. The Tree Arena is probably about a 20-minute walk from where we are, guys. 20 minutes to the Tree Arena. Now that's another lovely view of Daniel O'Connell there on the right hand side. I told you all about him, the great liberator at the start of the tour. Now this was considered to be one of the widest thoroughfares in Europe, O'Connell Street. It was designed by Luke Gardner, and now it's not as wide as the Champs-Élysées. I've been over there, guys, and that takes your breath away, I suppose, and the big Arc de Triomphe. But I suppose our Arc de Triomphe these days has to be the Millennium Spire, which is straight ahead of us, guys. I did tell you about that. Designed by Ian Ritchie, back in erected in 2003. Now this is the Dublin tram network coming by, if you can see straight ahead of us here, guys. That's called an Irish name, a Gaelic name, Lewis, and Lewis means speed. Have a look at that thing go there, guys. A Dublin bullet tram. Oh, stop. Some others call that thing the snail on the rail. Right, come on, don't break the lights, guys. Hi. Okay. Anyone fancies a bit of retail therapy? A couple of lovely stores here. We have Eason's famous bookstore on the left, and also we have Pennies, guys. We have a saying here in Dublin that the women go to Pennies and the men go to the pub. Now don't forget the General Post Office, great exhibition in there called Witness History. We'll tell you the whole story about the 1960s. And also at these traffic lights on the left hand side, this is the main shopping street in Dublin, guys, on the north side of Dublin anyway. It's called Henley Street, and if you walk down there, bring you to some of our important department stores, guys.
I don't know, I'm trying to figure it out.
Now, let's all be careful of the bus, guys. Please be careful of the bus.
That's fun, standing up.
Now we're coming into stop one, as I said, where it all began, guys. The next tour is leaving in about 5 minutes. One of my colleagues, I'm not sure who it is today, but I hope you enjoyed that tour around the city. My name is Gary, guys, and I enjoyed that spin myself, I have to say. Great in the sunshine.
Okay, that was it. That was the dodublin.ie. So I don't give you a voice or a face to go with the voice that we had there while we were here, right?
Alright, lads.
Hang on, let me turn this around you. This is Gareth.
How are you doing?
This is the gentleman who treated us to three different songs, sang at top volume. Absolutely fantastic tour. So you've asked me the question, are these tours worth it? Answer is yes. Okay, 100%. Very informative. Lads know exactly what they're talking about. It's funny, witty. What can I say? Just get your ticket, jump on board, enjoy, and yeah, there's no regrets, I have to say. 10 out of 10. So that's me done and dusted for here. So do Dublin tours, absolutely. Hit the like, subscribe, bell for notification. Talk to you in the next one. Take care.